Welcome back, makers and creators. If you've been feeling totally overwhelmed by the massive, endless wave of new digital tools hitting the market lately, yeah, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into a brand new explainer, unpacking the absolute latest insights to help you navigate this shifting landscape. And we've got a very specific, honestly pretty exciting focus for today: why handmade details actually beat AI.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this question is driving a ton of anxiety for creators right now. Is AI making your work generic? I mean, as these tools become more powerful and so easily accessible, there's a very real fear that the marketplace is just drowning in a sea of sameness. When anyone can generate a flawless, perfectly lit product image with a single click, how on earth do you stand out? You might be wondering if your unique craft is just getting lost in the algorithm. But, as we'll see, the data is pointing to a very different and highly encouraging reality for you.
So here's the overarching big theme we're pulling from this week's briefing, and it's a fascinating tech versus touch arc. Yes, absolutely, the goal is to use these tools to turn your ideas into digital assets much faster. But the equally important countertrend, your real secret weapon here, is that your human-made details are actually becoming more valuable because of this technology, not in spite of it. Think of AI as your backstage assistant, handling all the mundane stuff, so your front-stage craftsmanship can truly shine in the spotlight.
All right, let's get into Section 1, New AI Tools for Makers. First up, we've got Canva Code 2.0, which is now available to all. What this means for you is you can literally just describe interactive tools in ordinary, everyday language, and it generates them almost instantly. We're talking about totally lowering the barrier to create things like custom order inquiry pages, interactive gift finders, wholesale catalogs, mini sites for care instructions, even event order calculators. And you can edit most of it visually, just like a standard Canva design. It's a massive, massive leap in rapid prototyping for small businesses.
But of course, we gotta look at the reality of how these tools actually function. The quick win is incredible for building a rapid prototype or a quick draft. However, available to all definitely comes with a catch. The reality of Canva's plan limitations means advanced functions, specific publishing options, premium assets, and custom domains. Yeah, those might still be tucked behind a paywall depending on your subscription. So the source strongly advises treating that first AI result as a draft, not your finished, polished customer experience.
Next up in the toolkit is OpenAI's release of GPT 5.6. This is currently rolling out globally, and it brings much stronger design judgment and document creation to the table. What's really important to note here is the tiered rollout. The highest capability model, called Soul, is available on Plus, Pro, and Enterprise tiers, while free users get access to the lower-cost Kara tier. This isn't just about getting better answers to random questions, it's about processing long workflows. Think about turning your messy, late-night business notes into polished collection launch plans or wholesale line sheets.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the explicit warning that comes with these capabilities. The win is absolutely undeniable. You can upload your existing product descriptions and get a fully coordinated launch kit. But look at the catch on the right. These stronger models can still invent facts. They can completely misunderstand your highly specific product or just produce incredibly generic branding. This means you absolutely must still manually verify every single measurement, every price, every policy, and every care instruction yourself before anything goes public.
And that brings us to a much-needed hype check. You've probably heard the phrase vibe coding going around. This idea that every maker can now just build a full app using these text-to-code generators. Well, our source briefing explicitly says, not quite. While tools like Canva Code make lightweight, interactive experiences a breeze, that doesn't automatically make the results secure, legally compliant, or reliable at scale. Keep using these tools for simple, low-risk experiences, for sure, but absolutely keep your established e-commerce platforms for the heavy lifting, like checkout, taxes, and secure payments.
We also need to briefly touch on Meta's Muse image. This is becoming a built-in option for generating and editing images directly for social content across Instagram, WhatsApp, and Meta AI. It's incredibly useful for quick story graphics or social mockups. However, there's a major practical takeaway here, and it's a warning. Do not use this as your only repository for branded, original product photography. It's a quick fix tool, guys, not a replacement for your core visual identity.
Moving right along to Section 2, the legal reality of AI.
As the source material outlines, there are two major developments pointing in the exact same direction regarding the shifting legal landscape. Over in the US, a federal court matter actually raised the possibility that AI prompts used in professional work may be discoverable as evidence.
Separately, in Indonesia, draft copyright changes are being considered that would distinguish sufficiently human-directed AI-assisted work from fully AI-generated work. Now, we are objectively reporting these shifts to highlight one simple fact. Your AI process records and human-directed inputs are becoming legally and commercially crucial.
So how do we actually adapt to this new documentation reality? Well, the source lays out these simple steps. 1. Save your original sketches and product photos. 2. Keep your prompts and reference materials. 3. Save your manual edits and compositing steps. And 4. Just add a short process note. It doesn't require some complex legal archive. Just a dated project folder with your source files and a quick text file logging your workflow is already vastly better than just saving the final AI output. Protecting your process is paramount right now.
Okay, Section 3. Why Handmade Beats AI.
Now we pivot to the emotional climax and honestly, the ultimate counter-trend of this entire explainer. After looking at all this cutting-edge tech, Etsy's current trend reporting reveals something absolutely fascinating. Customers are actively and increasingly searching for things like visibly handmade details, embroidery, stitching, texture, and significantly, repaired or imperfect finishes. Etsy explicitly frames this trend as a direct response to increasing AI sameness. People are just exhausted by flawless, instantly generated perfection. They are actively seeking out the texture, the slight variations, and the undeniable human touch that only you can provide.
So the crucial point is summarized perfectly in this quote straight from the briefing. And honestly, this might be the most important business lesson of the week. Do not use AI to make your handmade work look more generic. Use it to make the real craftsmanship easier to notice. You want to lean into close-ups of texture, show your hands at work, document your works in progress, and highlight those slight imperfections that prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that a real human made this.
I love this way of looking at it. Think of your business like a theater. Over on the left, let AI handle all the backstage organization, the dimensions, the care details, processing times, and FAQs. That's your backstage assistant. But on the right, you must provide what the AI authentically cannot. Only you can describe how the item actually feels, where the materials came from, why you chose a specific technique, and the unique story behind the piece. That is your front stage star power.
Let's wrap things up with Section 4, Practical Steps for Creators.
Here is exactly what the source material recommends you do right now to balance tech efficiency with that irreplaceable human touch. First, try Canva Code 2.0 for just one small, simple customer-facing tool, like a quick quiz. Second, test GPT 5.6 carefully for organizing your launch materials. Third, act now to preserve your prompts, drafts, and human edits in a simple, dated folder. And finally, ignore the pressure to rebuild your entire business around AI, and instead lean hard into the visible craftsmanship that distinguishes your work from mass-produced imagery.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. As you navigate all these massive software updates, you have a choice to make. Are you using AI to replace your craft, which just leads to the generic sameness the market is currently rejecting? Or are you using it strictly backstage to amplify your craft, giving you more time to highlight the beautifully imperfect, uniquely human details your customers are actually searching for? Let that guide your workflow this week. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep creating.